boys and dog Nook live in Dillingham Heights. It's overseen by Housing Authority of Richmond.
Please welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovely, I came across this video on my For You and I thought to share where the supporters are crashing out, having all emotional breakdown to the fact that this is not what they signed up. They actually plan on going on a ride, like they don't want to take this anymore. Like, lovelies, I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. Well, most of these people actually thought that all of the cuts was going to affect only, migrants. They never knew that they are in for a big bang. Anyway, lovelies, let's dive into it.
He's a single father of 4 boys along with a dog, and he's a recipient of low-income housing benefits from the Housing and Urban Development Department. And right now, he's actually really concerned with the current administration's proposals that would limit low-income and Section 8 housing recipients to 2 years of benefits.
Chris, his 4 boys, and dog Nook live in Dillingham Heights. It's overseen by Housing Authority of Richmond. Wright is watching the news about the proposed rule by HUD and the Trump administration that would limit people in Section 8 and low-income housing to 2 years of assistance.
And if he did that, and if I was limited to 2 years, it would devastate me and my children. It would devastate us. I mean, there's no question around that. And I'm a Trump supporter. I'm a Trump fan. Well, obviously, there's been things that's been going on that's brought that into question.
And as you just heard, he himself voted for the current administration that is doing these proposals that would potentially limit his housing benefits. Because to absolutely no surprise, he voted against his own interest. And not only did he just vote against himself, he voted against his 4 sons as well as his dog, who pretty much had no say in the situation. And just for a little bit more context, he's actually disabled, so he can't work. He says he would like to work, but unfortunately his condition does not allow him to do so. But let's see what else he has to say.
He voted for change in D.C., but not this change.
I'd rather have the change in my pocket than the change they're giving us in Washington.
Now, he didn't specify what type of change that he wanted, but I have a strong suspicion it has to do with a certain group of people. So he got what he voted for, and he potentially might be out of housing within 2 years if those proposals go through. And this is just another case of FAFO. And in conclusion, I actually feel bad for the 4 boys and the dog if these proposals actually go through. But comment and let me know what you think about the situation. And my name is Philip, and if you like what I post, please consider giving me a like, share, follow, and repost, as it really does help my page out. Thank you.
The last election, who did you vote for?
I feel embarrassed to tell you. Why? Because I'm against abortion.
So Medicaid pays for all of it?
Yes.
How does it make you feel?
My medication, it runs $20,000 a month without insurance. I make $800 a month. Oh, that will kill me. That would kill my friends. That would kill millions of people in this country if they lose their health care.
We're in California's District 22, a rural community in the state's Central Valley. This district voted for Trump for the first time in 2024, but now his policies threaten one of the benefits people here rely on the most.
It bothers me when people like Elon Musk say that people on those programs are the parasite class. It's just cruel.
Do you know anyone personally who voted for President Trump but depends on benefits like Medicaid?
Oh yeah. I know a lot of people.
Trump promised a lot of things. I thought it would be more family values and those programs that they really need here.
One of those promises was to protect Medicaid, which 67% of people in this district rely on. It's the largest percentage of any district in the entire country.
Can you guarantee that Medicare and Medicaid will not be touched?
Yeah, I mean, I have said it so many times, we're not going to touch it.
But his administration just proposed an $880 billion cut to Medicaid over the next 10 years. So we wanted to come here to find out how people are feeling about Trump and his administration's decision that could have a huge impact on one of the benefits they rely on the most.
What is this?
One resident who would be impacted by Medicaid cuts is 64-year-old Irma Arredondo, who voted for Trump in 2024. Irma has several chronic health issues, including type 1 diabetes. She's also a full-time caregiver for her daughter, who has cerebral palsy, and her sister, who has Turner syndrome.
Valerie have her medication for her seizure. She needs to get everything. And I just give massage to her hands, to her legs. I stay with her until she falls asleep.
It sounds like you take really good care of her.
Oh, and my baby is my dog.
So you, your sister Irene, and your daughter Valerie, you're all on Medicaid. And how important is Medicaid for your family?
Can you imagine? We live on a daily basis with sicknesses. This is for the cholesterol too. This is also for my blood pressure.
So Medicaid pays for all of it?
Yes.
If you didn't have Medicaid, how much would this cost you? How much money?
Thousands maybe.
Thousands. And that's just for you?
That's for me.
Not for your daughter? Not for your sister?
No. The medicine that my daughter takes for seizures, I won't be able to afford it. So we feel hopeless if those cuts come, What we want to do.
Irma was a farm worker for more than a decade. She believes that some of her and her children's health issues can be linked to the pesticides she was exposed to while working in the fields.
When I was pregnant with my child, I was working in the field. I remember it was this little airplane and it sprayed us. But when my baby born, the doctor just said, something's missing. And when he gave me my baby don't have her arm.
So with these risks that you and your community face in agriculture, and then to have the system threaten to take away your health insurance, to take away protection, how does it make you feel?
Like I told you, I feel like this tapping nuts in the back, But why? Why when we put food on their tables? That we risk our health. Look at me right now. Look at me how many sicknesses that I have. The COPD, I didn't have COPD at that time. We got all in the fields. Where else?
We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board.
The $880 billion in Medicaid cuts proposed in President Trump's budget will help pay to permanently extend his 2017 tax cuts. The largest tax breaks would go to the wealthiest individuals. Are those your values?
No, that's not right. ¿Por qué van a hacer tanto recorte? Sí, tanto recorte. ¿En dónde lo van a poner ese dinero? ¿Dónde?
In the last election, who did you vote for?
I'm embarrassed to tell you that before, all the years back, since I got my citizenship, I said I was a Democrat. But then, in these last elections, I voted as a Republican. Why? Because I'm against abortion. Para mí la palabra.
I'm going to tell you a little secret. Those of us who vote for the general welfare of the United States, the general welfare of the people, are working twice as hard against people who are voting against us and are going to doom us all. Now, I have all the sympathy in the world for this woman's daughter and her sister. All the sympathy in the world, because they did not ask for this. They are the least of us who should be taken care of, according to the parables that Jesus talked about. So to them, I have no hate. I want to see them well, and I want to see them taken care of the way they deserve to be. But her, Miss Irredondo, I got nothing. I got no sympathy whatsoever. None. While I go into a voting booth, or I went into the voting booth in 2024 and voted to secure the needs, secure the help and the assistance that Miss Irredondo's family needed. Miss Irredondo walked her ass into a voting booth and voted against me and voted against her family because of a issue that she no longer has to worry about. You are 64 years old. Why are you worried about something that you no longer have to deal with? And why would you be so selfish as to vote in such a way that, you get rid of the thing that you were worried about, but in the process, you screwed your family. You screwed your neighbor's family. You screwed your community. You screwed your district. You screwed your state. You screwed the nation as a whole. You risk everything to stop abortion. But in the process, you also stop the Medicaid and Medicare that you and your family so richly need. Those of us who vote for the collective have to work twice as hard because we are voting not just against corporate interests and people who want to have more opulence at the expense of the working class, but we are also voting against the people in the working class who are voting stupidly on wedge issues. That isn't fair, and I don't care how you try to slice it. We are doing twice the work because of the ignorance of other people. So no, I do not have an ounce of sympathy for Miss Arredondo. Not a one. None. Her daughter and her sister, absolutely. And I will continue to fight, so that they can get the help that they need. And I will continue to vote for people who will secure the blessings of liberty, as they say, for her daughter who has cerebral palsy and her sister who has Turner's disease. But as far as she's concerned, I do not feel an ounce of sympathy for her whatsoever. She's saying she's embarrassed to talk about who she voted for. You weren't embarrassed to walk into a voting booth on November 5th, 2024 and cast that vote. Now, were you? You didn't think of your family. You didn't think of your community. You thought of yourself. And here I am, all the way across the country, voting to secure everything that you have and strengthen it. You voted against me. You won. Now you're upset. Why? You got exactly what you wanted. And unfortunately, that is a symptom of how the United States operates. The United States, as far as the voting population, is people voting for the collective and having people in that collective vote against us. We are working twice as hard to try to help people who do not want to be helped. We're throwing life rafts. We're throwing life preservers. We're throwing life jackets. We've got ropes. We've got lighthouses. We are trying to be a safe space in a storm. And far too many of us are choosing the storm. And then they're mad when the storm does what it does. When exactly are they going to be held accountable for their own actions? I'd like to know.
Okay, so Trump's budget is already having an impact with regard to Medicaid cuts. And please interact with this video so I can stay out of algorithm hell. So there's $1 trillion in Medicaid cuts over the next 10 years. This is a primary form of health insurance for people who are in poverty, who have disabilities, and so forth. And already you guys may have already seen the one gentleman talking about how his wife, who works for a children's hospital, they had an emergency meeting with the staff about how are they going to be able to afford to take care of children. Now, if you've ever been in a children's hospital, these are the innocents. These are the innocent children who are battling really serious stuff to have to go to a children's hospital. They've got their burn units. This chokes me up because I used to do dog therapy there, bring my greyhound there. Cancers and all kinds of stuff. And, you know, the staff at this children's hospital was stating that so many of the children they treat are on Medicaid. There's a lot of rumors by MAGA supporters at how this is going to save Americans money because illegals are no longer going to be getting Medicaid. They never did. They never could. And once you become naturalized, you still have to wait 5 years to get access to it. So this isn't going to hurt them or save us any money. It's only going to hurt Americans. It looks like 300 rural hospitals are preparing to close over the next couple of years. They were already struggling financially, barely staying afloat. One smaller hospital in Curtis, Nebraska just closed and said it was due to the budget cuts. Like, they have been struggling to keep it open. Now, there's a lot of Republicans who live in these rural areas. So I don't know if you guys have ever been in an emergency situation where you call an ambulance and you know, like, within 15 or 20 minutes you're going to be at the ER. No, you better hope that you don't have to wait. You can hang in there for 40, 50 minutes, however long the drive is going to be. You're choking on something, having a heart attack. This is painful. Kentucky, the red state of Kentucky, is set to lose the most, $12.3 billion. Like other red states, it has one of the highest poverty rates. I don't know why these red states who have been perpetually in poverty keep electing Republicans that are helping to keep them in poverty. In Kentucky, it's looking like 35 rural hospitals will close and over 200,000 Kentuckians will lose their health coverage. So, yeah, we're just going to have to track all this. I'm really sorry for the people that this is affecting that don't deserve it.
So you were telling me that people are unaware, they're unaware that the whole reason why hospitals are not allowed to turn you away in an emergency situation, regardless of your ability to pay, is because of the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act, which states that hospitals who receive Medicare funding are not allowed to turn you away. And they are proposing to cut back on Medicare and Medicaid. Talk to a caseworker. There are no ineligible people who are receiving it. The only people who are receiving it are eligible because there is a vetting process. All these people that they say are illegally getting it, it's not happening. The point is to start the process to get rid of it entirely. And if we get rid of the only guaranteed payment for medical care in this country and we leave it all to our pockets with no support, guess what's going to happen to you? You are going to lose out on care because hospitals are going to close who depend on that funding. We don't have enough money to pay the bills that they decided were fair. Which, I'm sorry, I just had a life-saving surgery and I owe $3,000. If I don't pay $55 fucking dollars that I don't have to my primary care physician, they can decide to no longer treat me, and they will. And I've got to start all over again somewhere else. You all think that you're safe because, it's been that way because we fought to get it that way, and they're reversing it. You all have been so fucking pampered that you don't understand what we had to fight for to get you. Oh, but Pe.Ple, everyone dies. Bitch, apparently not fucking politicians.
I seriously love this. This is actually an example of when you think that you are, going to deal with someone, you are actually going to hurt someone, or you are going to go against someone else's best interest. You just end up hurting yourself. Not only are you disappointing to yourself, you're also disappointing to your family. Imagine this low income earner, who probably was getting all of the benefits because of his, stature, decided that he was going to vote against his own benefit. Not only that he did that, he decided to go against his sons and his dog. Just because he thought that the present administration was just only going to focus more on maybe people, POC, or people that looks like me, or undocumented immigrants, the way at which they have been. But without even having this realization that, I might even get affected. But no, most of the people, especially Smiggle supporters, are actually living in their wildest dream. They never thought that something like this was going to affect people that looks like them, because they felt that, okay, they have privilege and they believe that with their own privilege, stuff like this are not going to get into them. And now just look at it. Look at the same people that was actually, clamoring about, oh, immigrants coming taking jobs, or all these benefits are all benefiting immigrant. Like, I thought they never had any sort of benefit. I thought all of the, Medicaid and what have you was only benefiting immigrant that's coming to take their jobs and all of that. I thought they never had any benefit. And now look at how all of these things are getting exposed. What is he going to tell his sons? He's going to tell them, oh, I'm so sorry because I actually voted against your own interest. I actually voted to cut down all of what we're supposed to use for you. Like, these people fail to understand that this present administration is just meant to favor rich folks. All of these tax cards, all of the, like, everything you can actually think of, it's perpetually going to benefit rich. Like, it's just like taking from the poor and giving it to the rich people. Like, just imagine, the rich are getting richer while the poor keep on suffering and complaining. And the thing is that at the end of the day, these guys will still be brainwashed and still want to even vote the same way they have been voting and come out to complain. This is just the most annoying part. This is the most annoying part. It's like, you wouldn't even tell me that with all of the things going on, at the end of the day, when things goes back to normal, or when his orange man's tenure finishes and another person, this will always want orange man to be there because they just want to protect a particular supremacy without having any, like, when you don't care about the repercussion in things. Someone that looks like you is up there, even if you're not benefiting from it. This life have grown past it. This man even goes as far as to call most of his supporters who is asking for the SNLs not to even do that. Like, they should just focus more on themselves. He used some derogatory word on them, and like, anyone asking for that list is actually a fool or something. Imagine, someone whom you're supporting to vividly come out to spew all of these things. This is just so heartbreaking that you voted expecting this man to actually come to your rescue, but he happens to be your downfall. It happens to be the reason why your family and friends are going to suffer. It happens to be the reason why you cannot even afford anything anymore. He happens to be the reason why your life is just in a shamble. And there is nothing anyone can do about it because you vividly voted for this. Even when you saw all of the handwritings on the wall, you thought he was joking. This man can never joke. He's a businessman, serious businessman who is so selfish. And now, it is just what it is. I guess that everyone should just buckle up and try as much as they can to survive no matter what, and just hope for the best. Anyway, lovely, so just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment, which is here for educational and informative purposes. So, lovely, if you've not subscribed to this channel, do your girl a huge vote to click on the subscription button. Like, and I will see you, lovely, when I upload the next one. Think of this video, please subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. Like, and I will see you, lovely, when I upload the next one.